Okay, so maybe some days you sound like a vocal god. You're hitting all kinds of notes and everything feels so effortless. But then the day after, you go and you sing that song and it is nothing but struggle street. Chances are, if you are on this journey of learning how to sing, you have experienced this. Your voice isn't as consistent, it isn't as accurate as what you'd like. And so let's talk about what is going on. Today I want to dive deep and explore why your singing might not be consistent as you'd like. And I'd also love to share some strategies, some ideas to help overcome this. So make sure to stay right to the end. Now, real quick, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Ivan. I'm a voice teacher who works with students from all around the world. And really on this channel, my goal is to make learning how to sing as simple and as easy as possible. And so if that is up your lane, consider subscribing. And if you want to take your singing further, if you want to improve your voice further, I've also got some links down below on how to work with me privately or check out some of my self-study programs as well. And last but not least, if you want to inspire our next episode, let me know down in the comments below what you want me to talk about. Now, the first thing to acknowledge when it comes to being consistent as a singer is there is a lot of sensations when it comes to singing. For example, I just want you to try close your eyes and sing a line from one of your favorite songs. And as you're singing, you'll notice that there's a lot of different sensations happening in your body. Maybe you'll notice certain vibrations up in the head. Maybe you'll notice that your mouth is a certain shape. Maybe you'll notice that there's a certain feeling in your throat. Or maybe you might notice that there's something happening in the body. Needless to say, there's a whole ton of sensations that's happening within our body. And so how does this relate to us as being more consistent, being better singers? The reality is you cannot see your instrument easily. Apart from putting a camera down your throat, we can't see our instrument like we can see, the keys on a piano. You can't see like the strings on a guitar. It's a very different instrument to pick up altogether. But what we can do though, is we can rely on a lot of the sensations that we feel in our body as a bit of a proxy, a bit of a clue on what's happening internally. Now, the idea that I want to share with you all today is we become better singers, we become more consistent when we can learn to accurately map the sensations that we feel to some of the internal mechanisms of the voice. Basically, if we can learn to match the feelings that we're experiencing in our body to the right mechanism of the voice, then we become more consistent and better as singers. You see, the trap that we often fall into as singers, including myself, is we didn't take the time to accurately map out some of the sensations that we feel in our body. We kind of just go to the practice and we, work through these different exercises. We try to do all these different things and then we just kind of expect it to work right. Now, this is totally okay if you are doing things right. You've already built some of the habits, you already built your voice right, it's already kind of doing the right things. But I suspect for a lot of us, especially when we're not as consistent, when we're not singing to the level that we want, this may not be the case. Somewhere along this path, we've mixed up some of these sensations or we haven't identified it as accurately. A common one is strain, right? We all kind of know that, to sing and to have like a clear, strong sound, there's a certain level of effort required. But a lot of us tend to confuse the sensation of good chord closure, good kind of presence in the voice with a tightening of the throat. The throat gets tight. And so every time we sing, ma, 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 and then we kind of grip onto that throat, perceiving that as, oh, hey, I'm just kind of adding more power to the voice, we end up running into some problems. And so hopefully in this example alone, it highlights that we do really need to map out the sensations in our body to the correct mechanism. Now that we've tackled the rationale, let's talk about how do we start to do this? Because, first of all, there's going to be a lot of different sensations in the body. There's also a lot of mechanisms that are happening internally. So many things that are happening for us to sing the way that we do. Now, personally, for my students, I tend to focus on 3 key ones and I call them fundamentals because you need to be able to feel these accurately in order to sing well. Now, the 3 things here are, number 1, are you able to feel the sensations of stretching your voice? Right, the vocal folds stretching, they get longer, which helps us with a high note. Number 2, are you able to notice and feel the sensations when your chords press in together, when they kind of resist more airflow? This gives you power, this gives you bite, this gives you clarity in your sound. And number 3, are you able to notice what it truly feels like to have a relaxed throat, a stable kind of vocal track so that you don't have to tighten your throat as you go up higher or lower? Now, really ask yourself this, right? Now, really ask yourself this. If you feel like you've got a good hang of it, easy way to know is just test it. Work through some scales, work through some songs. And if you think, okay, I need to stretch my vocal folds to get to some of those higher notes, does that happen when you think about that sensation? Does that happen when you try to cue in the right kind of imagery? If it's not as successful as you'd like, I'd love for you to take a humble step, take a step back, and really ask yourself, do I really know what sensations is associated to these mechanisms? Do I really know what sensations my body needs to feel as I'm stretching my quads? And potentially, have I confused some of these sensations with the wrong mechanism? Now, if you feel like this is a case for you, that's totally cool. The most important thing is take a step back and just start to re-experiment with your voice. Start to re-map out some of the sensations with your voice. If you also like, I've got some more detailed tutorials on some of these mechanisms, the stretching of the voice, connecting the chords even more, and even relaxing the throat as well. Just check out some of the previous episodes. You can search through my YouTube or you can search through the podcast, wherever you're listening from. Now, let's bring this all back together because you might be thinking, Ivan, you're trying to get me to focus on all these different things. I can't do this when I'm doing a song. I can't think about all these different things. You're going to drive me crazy. Now I got you. The purpose of this work, remapping some of the sensations, getting more accurate or being more in tune with some of these sensations, isn't to have you think about a million different things when you're singing a song. Rather, the goal of it is to make those sensations so clear that, when you're working through an exercise, you train them in, you train in those habits, those coordinations, such that when you sing a song, the goal is for all of them to work together in tandem again. But this time, because you built the right habits, you built the right coordinations, your body kind of knows roughly where it needs to go much more accurately. When you sing a song, you don't have these inconsistencies as much. All of a sudden, these habits, these sensations are working together and they're not working against you. That is the most important part. Anyway, team, that is a wrap. Hopefully you found value out of this episode. It is a bit more kind of high level than some of the previous episodes that we've talked about, but hopefully this guides you along your vocal journey. Now, if you did enjoy this episode, all I ask in return is, please share the word, leave that usual kind of social media stuff like a like, comment, and subscribe. Or if you're on the podcast, leaving a 5-star would really mean the world to me as well. Now, just to reiterate, remapping the voice or developing your voice so it's more consistent is a process. It is a journey. And just because I've shared with you the process here, you're bound to run into some problems again and again and again. And so if you feel like that is you, if you feel like you are running into these problems, or if you frankly just feel like you want to improve your voice even faster, then once again, down in the description below, I've got some ways to work with me privately and also some ways to study with me over my self-study programs. And so if you're interested in that, check out the link down below. Apart from that, my name is Ivan. I'm your voice teacher, and I'll see you for our weekly episodes every single Thursday or Friday. Take care.